At the base of your spine, which I call urgings and sourcings, you receive the Emperor. He's the man that runs his empire by rules and regulations through verbal and written words. He's the master of organization, and this is an excellent card for Virgo because you're so detail oriented. And I'm sure this annoys the people that you live with and around, and even sometimes your coworkers. But you have your life clicking along like a Swiss watch or a well-honed machine, and this is your comfort zone. Let's see what the clarification card is. And you got the Three of Swords. You just checked into Heartbreak Hotel. Love affairs and true love have been very elusive to you. It's just slipped through your fingers. And every emperor needs an empress to support and love them. And I think you've been disappointed in what's happened in your love affairs. And you feel like you need more. Up here in the pelvic or sacrum, and what an awakening and arousing. The Four of Pentacles. Your pentacles. It's the element of earth. And here it's in the spiritual category and growth and sexual prowess. And this is more personifying you. And what's happening here is that you're not lacking in charitability. You just are resisting change and hanging on to things that no longer serve you. You're being really reluctant. And there's people in your life that are giving you opposition and envy and jealousy. This is blocking your spiritual growth, your sexual growth, and growth of all kinds. The clarification card is the Moon. And now here, there's been secrets and deception in the backdrop. You probably realize this is going on, and you don't want to face it. You don't want to resist change. You're still hanging on. The reflective light of the moon can distort things from when you see them during the day. Here in the solar plexus, what I'm considered feeling and sensing, the Page of Pentacles. Again, another Virgo, earth sign. But here the Page of Pentacles is one of my the favorite page that there is, because he's, for as young as he is and as immature as he is, he's Mr. Responsible. He's not the one dancing on the tables in the dorm room. He's the one that's studying at the table in the library. He's making sure he knows where he's going and what he's doing and researching everything to the hilt before he makes decisions. He doesn't allow too much research to get in his way, but he is able to make good decisions. And in your gut feeling, you know you want to make good decisions. Here is the clarification card, is the Four of Cups. You know in your gut that things haven't been working out like you wanted them to, and you're being offered a cup and you're going, no, this isn't a treat anymore. I don't want this anymore. I'm going to pass. Here in the heart of the matter, or the situation, is the Five of Cups. You went from the Four of Cups and proceeded to the Five of Cups. This is about a lot of D words: displacement, devastation, denial. And actually, the best one is disappointment. It's gotten to the point where you're not even optimistic anymore. You're seeing the 3 spilled cups and not the 2 full cups. You're not really sure what to do. Let's see what the clarification card says. You got the 7 of Wands. You've had successes in your life and you're at the top of the hill, but you seem to always have to defend yourself. People are looking up at you because you've been successful. And when they do that, a lot of times they scrutinize you because they want to find something wrong. They want to say, yeah, you did this wrong, and here you have to defend yourself because of that. Because when people look up at you, they also look down at you. Now, here in the throat, or what I'm calling communicating and teachings, Virgos are very patient people, and you receive temperance. And this is good that you've been patient, but sometimes you have to waver and make decisions. But let's see what the clarification card is. See, at the Nine of Pentacles, once again, this is a completion card. You're not at endings and beginnings, but you're completing. You're feeling like you're a very replete person, very independent now. And you're comfortable and stable. And that's really apropos for Virgos. So up here in your third eye, in what I'm considering seeing and envisioning, I think in your perspective, you realize that the world now is telling you that you're at the end of a cycle. You've gone through all of the pain, happiness, pain, this, that. And I think it's been more pain. It's been a heavy load for you. And let's see what the clarification card is. The Two of Wands. You're still back spinning your wheels trying to make decisions, even though you're at a new cycle and you should be sowing new seeds and taking this new knowledge that you've learned and changed and earned for. But now you have the world here saying the cycle is over, and he's standing there holding the world, looking at it, wondering what type of decision he could make. You're vacillating. And here up in the crown of knowing and understanding is the King of Swords. He no longer is galloping in front of his knights on some type of battle campaign. He's now in the courtroom and making decisions and hearing people's words and wielding his sword for justice, for right and wrong. And he's a counterpart to the Emperor. The Emperor runs his empire and the king runs his kingdom. And they both run them by laws and rules. But I think in this instance, a lot of people have been breaking the laws and extending themselves past boundaries that isn't their business to extend past. And here the clarification card is once again the Miser card, the Four of Pentacles. Just in case you missed it, you got two Four of Pentacles. So it's telling you here is that, you want to take control, you want to be the king of your kingdom, but you're hanging on to something that no longer serves you anymore. You're reluctant to change as well. Okay, we got the past card. The past card is the Page of Swords. Pages can be immature adults or children. But what's going on here, and I'm sensing that this has been maybe one person, but probably a lot of other people standing behind them, is that there's been a lot of nasty words said, and the sword has been welded to cut and hurt. There's a lot of tension, and there's been a lot of tension and conflict and loss and difficulty. Even though the Page of Swords can bring ideas and open up opportunities, he lacks an emotional control. And I think you've seen that in your past with a lot of other people. It might be you. I don't know, but I'm sensing that it's other people around you. Let's see, we've got for the future card. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's probably the most conflicting and depressing card of the Pentacles. It's the Impoverished card. You're missing something. You're lacking something. Something hadn't gone right. Health, wealth, love. I don't know. There's a loneliness side to this too as well. And you can see that, there's a blindfold on this particular picture, and it's saying that you're not looking at the truth. There's been trouble, despair, loss, emotional poverty. Now, that's not a very good card for a future card. So I pulled another card, and you received the Six of Swords. You're realizing that there's been some impoverishment and that you've been hanging on to things with the two Four of Pentacles. And here it's saying that somewhere in the midst of things is that you're going to throw in the towel and start going over the bridge and go away from these troubled waters and find more calmer waters. I was kind of wondering too about the two pages that you received. Normally pages bring messages, and so I pulled a clarification card. I just had the little deck next to me, and you got the Ace of Cups. And it's saying here that, yeah, you're given a second lease on life of love and emotions. You can regain yourself, but you can't any longer hang on to things that are not serving you anymore, as painful as it may seem. Now, the overall energy of this reading, and as well, it could be the outcome, as the Judgment card. Judgment can mean a couple different things. It could be accountability for your actions or the people that surround you and their actions. And then once there is some type of judgment, there can be rebirth and renewal. And I think that's what's going to happen if you can find your way through and figure out what you're hanging on to that is not serving you anymore. Okay, the Doreen Virtue card, the messages from the angels. You receive Maya. Schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth. At this time, the angels will guide you and help you with this process. Perhaps you have to continue in your schooling here in what I consider communicating and teachings. You had a lot of good stuff going on. You had temperance, and you had the Nine of Pentacles that says you're independent, you're feeling really good about things. And I think maybe if you take another look at things, you might make some good decisions, because you can't sit on the fence here. You're on a new cycle, and the Two of Wands is saying you're still spinning your wheels. Left for what you know. It's the Ace of Cups. Always nice to see an ace for the first card. It's a cup of happiness, and it's like the Holy Grail waiting to be filled with blessings. It's reminding you now to manifest more deeper or deep-seated emotions with maybe a lover, but not necessarily. It can be family and friends too. It's about a spiritual awakening inside you. For some reason, it's been a desert for you lately, and you haven't felt very good about love. Actually, you probably really haven't even loved yourself. But the tides are changing, and now it's yearning for you to accomplish your dream of love, joy, and peace. Clarification card is the Four of Pentacles. Either you're hanging on to something and won't let go, and it's probably not serving you, or you're waiting at bay for something to happen or a message. This is called the Miser card. So keep in mind that money can't buy happiness. And don't rob yourself of inner peace by being overly generous, because it takes the three essentials of life away: health, money, and love. Don't feel like your possessions are objects, but feel more like they're a privilege of ownership for happiness. Now the central card is what can be or is yours. Is the Happiness card. Another Cup card. How great. It is. Ten of Cups is the Happiness card. They even say you can see a glimpse of heaven over the rainbow of cups. One simple thing about it is you have to live a simple life. You have to live it in harmony with other people. You don't need a lot of wants. You just need a lot of love, joy, and happiness. Something that can be shared with other people is happiness. There's been a lot of storms in life, and finally the rainbow is over you. But it wants you to reach for some loving connection, because the Ace of Cups is right next to it, and it's saying, yeah, you've got a lot of people that have been near you, beside you, and you haven't paid a lot of attention to them lately, probably. Now, the clarification card is the Seven of Swords. Something's been going on. There's been a conniver in the background, some shenanigans. Somebody's stealing from you, but it might not be possessions. It might be your emotions. You know, the good things are happening here. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and if you're using the Four of Pentacles card the right way, a lot of good things are happening to you, but somewhere there's a party pooper. In high school, we used to sing the song to somebody at a party. Every party's got a pooper, that's why we invited you. Party pooper. And here somebody's kind of crashing the party and making things feel pretty bad. Now the card for self and self-awareness on the top right is the Eight of Pentacles. You became skilled at something. The fruits of your labor is being rewarded. You became a master of something, and now you've feathered your nest with talents. You know, and now you're feeling more like you have financial security or some kind of future security. And the clarification card is the Ace of Swords. You're going to be using this talent now for something new, and can be where you can cut to the crap or use it for harming people. But then again, it also indicates that there's maybe a little rough road getting to where you're at to start anew. Now you're going full revolution here, because you started out with the Ace of Cups and now you're down to the Ace of Swords, so it's saying new beginnings completely. The best thing about this reading is the future card. You're receiving the Nine of Cups, the wish card. I think you've been waiting for something. You've been wishing for more love, more happiness. There's been a little rough roads going on here, some bloops in the graph, but now your dream can come true. But dreams don't come true unless you help them along.